right, good morning. It is a little after 7 my time. Back in it. I'm gonna get acclimated and figure out where I left off, and we'll jump into it. Let's see. Let's figure it out. Let's make a plan of attack here. Enemy info panel. Not, oh yeah, so some things appear to have broken after we added new things, such as game design, such as life. Low HP state on player cards. That'd be good. How about we just run it? Let's see visually where we left off. So we can see these player info cards. That's a new thing from the last video. And I don't know why the wrap or the clamp is going to the last enemy. Let me reload. Let's see if it happens again. So we choose 2 actions, right? Both player characters select their actions. It gets sent to the event queue, and then the enemies pick their actions. And then we sort it by each actor's speed roll. And then it plays out. And then we loop back. You can see the enemy text is updating. I don't know why it wouldn't have been working before. So I made that note that that wasn't working properly. Let's see what happens. We should go to the victory state now. So we can see XP and gold not working right. But the enemy info is, and it should restart automatically. It looks like for a split second the enemies are shown. That's no good. Now it'll probably be hidden anyway if we have some kind of fade in for the battle scene when we begin the battle, but we don't want to have that little flicker happening. So what I'm going to do, I think that's as simple as just in here. Let me see. I think instead of that, first off, where am I showing it? Because if it's hidden, it would stand the reason that I'm turning it back on. It's probably, that's what I'll get there. That doesn't make sense to me. If not visible, queue free, so we're just getting rid of it. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I'm creating those enemies, like giving them data. Let's see, that would be probably in ready. We gotta turn my radio down. Here's where we populate the enemies, right? We set battle actor on the enemy button. I think we can just do show there. I can probably get rid of that. And then I need to look in here for enemy and enemy. So for each button, we're giving them either a null or a not. And just let me double check. We are queuing free if it's null, so that seems fine. It looks like null is not getting chosen very often there. Now this is, why don't we just have it equal? So we should have an average of 3 enemies here. It's basically right now a 50% chance to have a random enemy there. From what I can tell, all of this is working right. mean, it's just for testing anyway. Let's see if we get XP here. No. So I wonder if the signals broke. One enemy defeated. So I have to look at where we are calling that. So if HP equals 0, let's see, defeat, and down here let's say, I was trying to figure out where that communication breakdown is happening. Alright, just gonna fly through. So defeated is being called, it's being emitted, but it's not getting picked up here. If enemy, it's because that was incorrect. So we should be getting XP now. Oh, that's a lot of enemies. Let's do a smaller one. Whoa, no enemies. Gotta have one. Alright, so we'll fight that. Let's see. Defeat, receive. Then when we finish this, we should see XP and gold. Yep, beautiful. So I can close that. We can get rid of those prints. And go back in here. And I'll take that off my notes so that we fix that. Enemy info panel seems to be fine. Move back a player on. Yeah, so we want back inputs. And we can begin with, let's see. I think we're going to give battle a unhandled. Do I want to do key input? No, I think we want unhandled input. We're going to use, we want it to work with controller and keyboard. So I'm going to do if event dot is at, action pressed. It's going to be UI cancel. We'll handle that. Do this. Let's return. I always format my input events like that. That way I can have a bunch of conditions, and if it's none of them, we don't handle the input, right? We return before we get to that. And so I just think that's a convenient way to handle that. So if it's cancel, we need to go back. But we also need to check what is focused. And so I think by default we'll have the enemy button. Excuse me. Maybe the button can receive this. Oh, how do I want to handle it? We can do this. We need to add a focus check. Button focus. Function is button focused. Let's just say is focused. It's going to return a bool. And so we're going to say for button in buttons, if get focus owner, and I might just for simplicity, it's always going to be a control. That way we're not calling that function for every button, which it doesn't really matter right now, but say we have an inventory and maybe it has dozens of buttons, and we might call this a lot. It's just a minor optimization that doesn't really cost us anything. So if focus owner, if button equals focus owner, then we're going to return true. If we don't, if that never happens, right, we go through all of the buttons, then we're returning false because we're not focused. And so now we can use that up in battle and do something like, so if enemy if options menu dot is focused, then we're going to go back. It's going to look like go to next player, -1. Now, when we do that, we also need to clear the last entry, right, the back of the event queue. And so we can do something like if event queue dot size greater than 0, then event queue dot pop back. I think that returns it as well. I don't think there's a way just to remove the back. Well, we could do remove and then get the back, but pop back is easy enough. Alternatively, you have pushback and push front, which is when you want to add something and force it to the front or back of an array. Arrays are very, very cool, very, very powerful. I enjoy working with them. Okay, so we're getting rid of the last event. And really, I think we only want to go back a player if there's an event chosen, right? Otherwise, there's nothing to go back to. And so maybe here we'll do else pass. We're going to play an error. We'll worry about that when we get into sound effects. Okay, so now I'm going to test that. We'll see if it just works automatically. So Bongo is going to choose an action. We can see Aurora is now up. I'm going to hit the cancel key. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Bongo is going to pick an action. We hit cancel. Bongo picks an action. We hit cancel. Great. And so we should see Bongo and Aurora take one action each. And so that'll tell me if this worked without me directly checking the event queue. Yeah, beautiful. The next thing I want to do is that when I need to check if elif enemies menu dot is focused, then we're going to just grab button focus. So if I'm selecting a target, well, that's weird. I don't know why those are both. That's a new bug. What is going on there? They're sharing. What? Anyway, if I hit cancel, we go back to the menu. I'm gonna have to look at the remote tree to see why that's happening. Okay, this is very bizarre. What? Let's see. Did they could be a parenting issue. So what am I looking at? Battle. We go to VBox, enemies menu. We have 4 enemy buttons. Now, why? Their material 1454. Let's see. I'm just going to check the materials. 1469. 1469. Okay. So it's because they're sharing. It seems like these last ones share the material. And I think that's why, for some reason, it got overwritten. So I'm just going to go through and make sure none of them have an overwritten material. Let's see. But now that I think about it, they might actually need that to be overwritten. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what changed to make it that way. Let's run the game, see if that fixed it. Yeah, seems to be. That's a weird one. So now an issue is that we're focusing on the last, well, we're not that time. Let's see. Last enemy. And I think that has to do with how we're freeing enemies. Focusing on the last one. It's going to have to do with the menu. Index equals button dot get index. We do button focus, clamp get child count. That could be a problem. See, because the buttons can change. They're not always going to be around. So I think we're just going to replace all calls of that with this. Now I could do a find and replace, but there aren't too many of these. So we should focus on the first one now. Let's try it again. No. Oh no, we're already updating it here. Oops. Already accounted. We just want to go back to when we had that. Button focus, index 0. See what's happening. Did Godot just freeze? So it is showing all the enemies. Is less than index. So we narrow it down to 3 enemies. That works fine. Let's reload. 6 enemies. So it looks like when index is somehow getting set to -1. And so I think this code needs to be if it's less than. Just gonna keep testing, make sure we're always getting the first. Beautiful. So get rid of that. Get rid of that. Try it without the printing. Okay. Excellent. So we have that set. Now we need to fix the event queue. I'm going to be 30 seconds. I will be right back. Okay, event queue. Event queue. So when we're running through the event, I might look at run event first. Event. If actor HP is greater than 0, we run the event. But we also feel like run event should just be handling that. So we go up to here. Do that HP check here. Return. Oh no, sorry. Less than or equal to 0. Then we need to check the target HP. And what we'll do is we'll loop through all of the enemies and see if there's a valid target left. Or, I mean, it could be players too. So first we have to determine which side they're on. And we can do that by saying full equals party has target. We're saying if that party array has the target, then we know it's a player. Get rid of that pass now because we're getting code in. All right, so if it's a player, we want to loop through. Let's do target array. Let's call it targets. If is player else. I gotta look. Let me see. So we have that. I think I might want to. I guess I can just loop through all the buttons. Because I would say put battle actor if it's an enemy into a group, but they're not a node. And so they don't have that ability. I think what we'll do is we'll have an array. And if enemy, and then we're going to do enemies. So that way battle will always have access to every enemy. Oops, I just changed my font size. Then we go back to run event. Else enemies. Okay. We can probably just remove enemies dot remove. Does that need an erase? Does that do the whole thing? No. Then we do battle actor. Back to run event. So then we loop through targets. So for battle actor in targets, We do if battle. Actually, yes. What we want to do is randomize that array. I don't know if that's built in. Yeah, shuffle. That's right. Let's see. Beautiful. But we have to duplicate it. So we do not want to shuffle. Well, I guess the main. No, we'll keep this in order anyway. So we're duplicating it so that when we call shuffle, we're not calling that on the array that we're referencing, because we want to keep the party and the enemies in their order. We're just using targets for this purpose here, and that way it's going to start with a random target, and it's not just going to work left to right from 0 to however many targets we have. And then we just do a HP check. HP is greater than 0, right? Target will break. Valid actor. If not valid, target. I think what we'll do here is we'll set target equals null. So if we don't find a valid target, we don't want to run all of that, right? We're going to say let's see. Target. If not target, we want to break out of the entire event queue. I wonder if I can just clear the event queue to break out of that. Let's give that a shot. I have a feeling it's not going to work, but it's worth a shot. Let's get a low enemy count so we can finish this quickly. I can tell it didn't work because Bongo attacked an already defeated enemy. So Cocky Roach fights, Bongo fights, and we crash. First argument, okay. I think we can get this to work if we do a check here. If I less than, let's do let's just write it out. So we're just making sure whoa. So if I is greater than or equal to event queue size, we're going to break. And then that's an array equals event queue. One event and clears needed equals run event clears event queue. If there are no valid. And we do I guess we don't need this down here because we're already determining that in the run event. Let's see. Victory. Call it defeat. And we can set end state in here. I guess we'll do it up here. We'll put this outside of it as target. That would have errored out anyway because I had it out of order. Do this. Equals victory. This has to be changed. Man, excuse me. End state, we exit that, and then so we can go back to run through event queue. And then we just check. I think for now we'll do a match end state. So we'll have victory. Yeah. Defeat. Yes. We have that. So we already determined that was defeat. That looks right. Victory. We don't have to loop through these guys. Just grabbing that. And actually, that can go for down there. What's wrong here? Dialog box isn't declared. What did I delete? That thing. Cool. We actually don't need the returns now. Oh, this is incorrect. We actually do need to, because we have to get the current value of that, so that didn't help us there. Let me see what's the issue here. Signal MP change declared. What? Value change never used. MP changed. So here we'll just do function add MP value int, and it'll just be MP equals MP plus value 0 signal. There, now it's emitted. So it gets rid of those. So both of our party members selected the same target. So as long as they don't get knocked out. So what we want to see is Aurora choosing a different target, which she did not. So that means there's an issue in here. If target HP less than or equal to 0. Let's do some prints. Get a smaller view. But actually, for testing, when we create the enemies, it'll make it more likely to not spawn an enemy. Actually, that's no good, because we need more than one enemy here for what we're doing. Okay. So 1736. It's telling us they have no HP. Right here. And we're checking if target HP is less than or equal to 0. Targets. And yet it's still choosing the one that we have. Electric, not HP. That was okay. Not of type object. Text bongo. Okay, we see right here, it does change the target, but it's not getting hit. So that means our code works, but we're not. Why are we not attacking it correctly? Target.heal hurt damage. Cat, watch out. What? That doesn't seem right. We need that. Not of type object. I can't grasp what's going on. Because we changed the target. Yet down here, oh, what? So 4 events. 4 events. That's fine. There should be 3 events, and then it should go down to 0. What the? Just for testing. Oh, because it's getting deleted there. Okay, we can see it changed the text, but the hit effect is not happening. Targets are the enemies. $13.22. Duplicate custom. What? Okay, time to get some debug text going. Ay. Let's get rid of all these. All I really want printed right now is target. So we just attacked 1591. Then she attacks 1321. But it's not being received by that button. Ay. Alright, oops. You have to find out what the heck is happening. It's always fun. We do this. We can now do text equals string selector. Let's look up strings real quick. That's not what I wanted. That's fine. So we can see they all have a resource ID. Wax bongo. We can see that's bongo and that's Aurora. We just took out that roach. Now she's hitting 1321, which is telling me perhaps actually I don't know. Oh crap! Now I know why. Because this is making a copy of that enemy. Alright, so we need to do this in battle. Oops. Now we should be good. That's why I needed those resource IDs. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. I don't like that. What's going on down there? Okay, that went away. That's good. Now let's see if this. We want them to change targets when the target's defeated. What? If enemy. What? Avant? We're getting close. Close, close. Is that append? one enemy. So battle actor's null. Why are we adding it? Two, three, four, five, six, seven. I don't understand the XP thing. Let's look at enemies. Enemy button defeated sends up the battle actor. Oh, I know why. I think I'm connecting too soon. I don't like that. We're gonna do put that back in there. Do enemy equals enemy. We should have everything now. There we go. Now what's the problem? Let's get rid of some prints. So our targeting looks like it's fixed. It looks like it does not like us returning when we're not yielding. So I'm going to do a test. No, it shouldn't matter, but let's do wait. Okay. Instance is gone. Button focused. Focus. Do I need that? Still getting that one. that's going to need, looking at. The good news is our targeting is fixed. I wonder if, like, do I even need that? Like, will it yield automatically? Well, there's our answer. Okay, so we do need that. I'm going to try doing a reload because I don't know why we keep getting that stuff. Alright, that was a bit of a headache, wasn't it? So we can turn off debug text. It's still updated. Now what's not working are the our victory state. So that's not getting set. End state. So I still have a print somewhere. I think it's down here. No. Is it in here? Okay. So we have to fix our run so that we have proper victory and game over states. It should be in here. That's the only time we're setting it. Also, I need to disable that if we're running through the event queue. Let me see. Actually, it won't even work because we don't have any buttons focused, so that's a lot of enemies. Let's give this a shot. So we shouldn't see Aurora attack. Okay, the victory state worked in that condition when we had one enemy. Let's try with two. It does not work when there's more than one enemy. Run event. Now, I thought we were printing. Let's get a smaller one. Alright, so that's victory. Zero is victory. Let's do two enemies. -1. And it's because we're running that check before we attack. We're just going to do a modified version of that down here. Don't need to change that. We also don't need to duplicate it. We can do match type. I don't want too much repetition. I think what we do here is if target is null, or if not target, then we're going to set type to -1. So this can go down here. And down at the bottom, if text, um, data party, that's fine. I'll just make this clearer. So we want to go to victory state now. Beautiful. And I'll just assume that the game over state works. Okay. All right, cool. Those two are done. Defeat state on player cards, low HP state. Party with multiple player characters. Well, that's done. Running away, sound effects. So time to let's do items. So what's going on here? Now we have a focus issue. And I think that's because of this right here, which I don't remember why I took that out. Our menu seems to be back. Looks like the enemy info is not updating. If we take out the sole enemy of that type. Let's see what happens. No, it works then. I don't know why it's not working each time. That should fix that. Only I feel like we need to change Bongo's name because their name is shortened to 4 letters. It's possibly not appropriate. Let's do Sydney, even after my first dog. Don't worry, that's not one of my password hints. feel like some kind of hit impact animation would be cool. What's our runtime at? Yeah, that's about when I feel like I need a break, but I might keep going. Get a few more enemies in. Give some more variety. Just keep grit dragging from here for now. Get the goofy cat that my kid drew. Oh, we gotta get the blobs. That's probably good for now. I don't need to get all of these in right now, but it's going to be just that. Let's get mouse. And I have Bigfoot. Not worried about their stats right now. Just wanted to see some variety on here. We need to make sure there's always one. That should be enough. So maybe before I switch gears, because I'm kind of getting ready to like work on the inventory and items, I might get defending in for the player real quick. That should be an easy thing too. So now we just go, I think I call it parry, right? Yeah. And we do current action equals defend. I think actually we can just call add event. It's going to be data.party current player index. It's going to be defend and just do self. Oops, not self. I think is null going to mess up my run event? It will. So we're going to go down to where we were. We're actually going to do player. Make this a little more readable. Might even make this more readable too. Adds a few more lines, but I think it just looks better. We also do this, like bar action and equals this. And enemy if action equals defend, else. Oh, clean it up. Now this will need to be changed when we have more enemy actions. For example, if they use an item, we have to choose a target based on the item type. Okay, so now we should be able to defend. I'm just going to have both of us defend. Oh, what's the problem there? We're not advancing. So we do an add event. And really, we need to do all of this. Which I think we're going to do else. We're going to change this. Don't need these returns. Did I already cut that code? Let's see. We put that there. We go to next player. Put all of that there. And put that at the top. Run through the event queue. So then I can call, go to next player, one there. Which I think we don't need the one when it's a default value. Yeah. Let's see if that works. Man, there's a lot of enemies. Alright, we'll test defending now. Beautiful. Looks like the defense worked too. Looked like it took that damage down. Let me try it again. Oh, interesting. Go to next player needs to do a HP check. Let's see. Info cards. That's also interesting. Apparently we don't need, it's just based on current player index. I need to do the HP check here. Change that to a while. keep going in the direction until we hit if well, no. Let's do this. If it's greater than that, we return. So if we find a valid player, plus equals dir. I think that works. Base nil. What are we calling that? -1. Whoops. Just testing it out. Looks like it works. Index to aha. It's less than. That should be good. Okay, that did not work. Oops. Oops. Keep pressing the wrong keys. Let me just go back. That looks good. Test out defending. We're gonna do some fighting. I just want to see how the damage changes. It looks like defending doesn't really help too much. So that's gonna need some modification. Tune defending. Alright, so that's good. We fixed go to next player. We implemented defending. Like that. Battle's getting a little chunky. I mean, we're right at 300 lines. But we pretty much need all of it. I could split some things up into, for example, like enemies menu could take over some behavior, but it's not really worth the change. So I think coming up soon, we'll probably want like the main menu of the game. And we could possibly do the inventory in a way that could be used in the battle or in the field so that we can repurpose that. And we can also make it so that it works with any kind of magic or abilities, whatever. That's going to be the next step. Yeah, I'm going to take a break and I'll figure out exactly what I want to work on next. But this is looking good. I did just realize that this won't work if we have more than 4 enemies. 4 enemy types, rather. 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, it'll probably crash the game. I don't think I account for that. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I mean, I think realistically, outside of debugging, that the cohorts are not going to have more than 4 different types of enemies. That's just pretty uncommon. So in actuality, it's not going to matter. One little thing I want to do before I hop off is we want to apply the XP if I'm not, because I don't think I'm doing that yet. We also want to do oops, let's do level up checks and level up text here. And then we do for player in data.party player.xp plus equals game. I guess for now, that's fine. I don't really care too much about that. Oops, it's gonna be gold. These will actually be here. Do that. And oops, that's gonna look like that. And that'll look like and I'll comment this out. Be like you know, player.name plus gain the level, or there's now level plus string player.level plus do that. I think level up. We'll come back to that. Just add up here equipment. So we have that kind of ready to go. Come back to that. Let's run event clears event queue. If there are no valid targets left. I don't know, does that ever actually... I'll test that later. I don't know if we need that code. Not that it's a huge deal, but... All right, break time. Let me know any questions, whatever you got. I'll be back in a little bit.